beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And sending lots of love to all of you and gratitude from the bottom of my heart for listening to my videos and subscribing to my channel. And without further ado, let's talk about today's video. That is going to be a topic on Kundalini awakening. That is why surrendering is not easy during Kundalini awakening. This is a topic that I believe a lot of you would like to know more about because this is a very essential phase of the process where one might feel themselves stuck, losing hope, and in a state of confusion as the system is not being able to make sense of the intensified energy that begins to create symptoms in your physical field as well as in your emotional and psychic field. So we will be just talking about this discomfort, this challenge that is posed during this time. And the first important thing to register about this phase is that this is a very testing phase of your spiritual journey. And the more you are able to surrender and go inside the skillfulness of the art of surrendering, I would say, the better your navigation of this process is going to become. So let's talk about this skill of surrendering and why this skill of surrendering is not easy to come by during your evolutionary journey of Kundalini awakening. Now, surrender is something where our ego needs to let go and old habits die hard. I would say that is very much appropriate in the situation that everybody is sailing through during this time. It is what is happening in your nervous system level, in your brain, is a rewiring, reorientation of your awareness, of your attention is happening to expand your consciousness. So it becomes very important to understand that all the physical symptoms and changes that one is experiencing are created due under the illusion that something wrong is happening to your system, whereas something very right is happening to your system, because right now your system is getting an ascension and it's getting an upgrade. And when it is getting an upgrade, which was kind of not invited by you, so it is a very unfamiliar zone. So the ego is not used to anything that is unfamiliar. So it is quite natural for our egoic system to create the sense of panic and chaos during this phase. If we understand the subtle dynamics of our ego, and then it becomes easy, a bit easy, I would say, to witness this process and manage this process. If we understand that our ego is creating this chaos, then as a witness, you can manage this process with better, I would say, comprehension of this process, because during this process, our usual comprehension is not working, that what is happening in your energetic field is a mystery to you, because it was very much uninvited. And all people experience subjective symptoms, different type of symptoms, but underneath those symptoms there is the same energetic experiencing happening, which is very much universal, and that helps you to understand that how we all are so much interconnected. That is the core of this process, to bring you into that visceral experience of interconnection. And it's our ego that is posing a challenge of acceptance, and that makes the surrender very difficult, because ego is a very vast subject. I really can talk a lot about that and comprehend and channel information related to that dynamic of our energy system. Because as you sail through this process, you you are made to bend. You're made to bend, whereas the ego is very stiff, ego is very fixed, ego is very controlling, ego has a certain way of perceiving things. But here in the Kundalini process, when everything that ego wants to do doesn't work, then there's only a last resort of bending, surrendering. And it is here in this surrender that all the shadow aspects, they will be coming to the surface. Or I would say that you are in a position to uh, look at the shadow aspects that need to be uplifted into light, that need to be brought into light. So it is here in this position of surrender that you are able to see through what needs to be changed, what needs to be transformed, because that is how our human ego functions so far as it is in power. Um, we will not be ready to transform. We will not be ready for something that is uneasy. We will not be ready to put ourselves into uncomfortable zone. And so it is here in this surrender that our ego is becoming totally, I would say, is not in a capacity to function. It's not in a capacity to uh, manage or oversee the daily affairs with a sense of control. That is what is happening to you in this process, that your capacity to oversee your daily affairs is getting affected here. And when the ego is not able to make meaning of what is happening, to where it was feeling powerful, uh, she is becoming, or he is becoming, who can say it is becoming, so no gender specific, but it is becoming incapacitated in its capacity to control, to manage the things, to micro organize and plan the things. So the normal life is kind of crumbling down. And this is a big blow to the ego. And when this is a big blow to the ego, she or it is becoming like panicky. It it seems to the ego that there is chaos in its world. And this is an illusion that this energy wants you to step over. And in this state of surrender only will you be able to experience this illusion, because it is here in the state of surrender, when you truly surrender, you will be able to sense your truth. You will be able to sense your true nature. You will be able to sense that your true nature is not to oversee, to run around, to manage, to micromanage, to plan, to control. These are all the acts set into action by the limited perceptions of the egoic self. So this stage is a very powerful stage, because it is only in this stage you are gaining that spiritual gift of knowing that you are beyond setting goals, you are beyond achievements, You are beyond competition. You are beyond limited ways of living your day. You are beyond all that because you're beyond your ego. You're beyond the boundaries of your ego. You're boundless. So you can fly like a butterfly. So it is here in this surrender, when you completely surrender and you live through the pain of surrendering, then you will go into gaining different comprehension of your relationship to your own sense of self and to your daily life. So old story needs to deconstruct for this new phase to emerge of gain. So there is no gain without pain. So if you're going through the painful process of not being able to surrender, and the suffering is happening because of inability to let go, it's important to understand that it is safe to surrender, as this is a requirement of this process. Surrender is essential part of dark night of the soul, or when the egoic stories are melting away, they are deconstructing themselves, they are falling apart, because now the older systems are not organized in the same way as they were organized earlier. They were tightly fitting into your day, they were tightly fitting into your schedules. The energy was managing the day with ease. It knew the map, how to move, where to move, left, right, up, down, how to go about your day. But now the story shifts in the Kundalini awakening. The navigation path is not the same. There are many roadblocks on the way, and each roadblock is a call by this divine energy for you to let go, let go, let go, and surrender, surrender, surrender. And in that surrender, there is a lot of, I know, there is a sense of void that ego is going to experience. A big sense of doom and void will be experienced, as if any excitement or hope has been taken out from your energetic field. And it is here that another gain is happening. It is here that you're gaining your strength to have faith in something that is beyond your limited ego. So this phase is, I would say, the most powerful spiritual phase of your journey, that if you can sail through it, you are gaining some beautiful gifts from the universal energy. And these gifts are the gifts of patience, the gifts of faith that is unbreakable and unshakable, I would say. So you're getting a gift of patience, gift of trust, and gift of faith. And you're also able to step over or dissolve the boundaries created by the ego self and step into a realm of creative possibilities which are not bound by certain structures, but it's infinite realm of co-creation and creation. And it's a different world altogether of comprehending and going about your day with more presence, with more connection, with whatever emerges in the present moment. So this is a totally different way your energy will be reorienting once you get past that stage of void and that stage of not knowing. Yes, I would say the stage of not knowing and the ego's need to know is creating suffering here. So, not knowing and staying in that not knowing is not easy. And this is the test. This is the time that you are gaining something of spiritual nature by surrendering to this not knowing and understanding that there is something beyond the limited knowing, which is of infinite order, which is of infinite probabilities. And once you're even able to tap, touch, sense, or feel that probabilities, you are on your awakening journey, I would say. So take your journey one step at a time with surrender and with faith and with hope. Never lose hope. Hope keeps us going. Hope keeps us alive in any challenging situation. So never give up hope and remember you are protected in your journey. If you can trust, you will be fine to sail through your challenging times as well. And understanding how ego is creating challenges may help a lot in sailing through your journey and in surrendering and in trusting. So that makes your journey interesting. So learn to laugh as you sail through this journey because that is a real test of your resilience. I practice laughter yoga and that really helped me because I came across it only after I had crossed over the major part all by myself. So now I am using this practices more to expand my sense of joy. So, laughter yoga is a great exercise program. I do offer lessons in that. Do learn it. I would recommend it because in laughter yoga, you can learn how to laugh even when you have nothing to laugh about. I know it may be difficult sometimes, but most of the times, when you get into the habit of practicing laughing for your healing, for your health and happiness, it is again you're rewiring your nervous system pathways for something where your potential lies to create more joyful expressions in your life. And this energy is really bringing you towards that. Believe me, once you cross over this stage, it's unbreakable sense of joy that you can create for yourself, which no one has the power to take away from you because nobody was with you when you were going through this phase. It is your soul's soul journey. And once you have successfully treaded, navigated that journey, no one can take away the gifts it's going to shower you with. So stay blessed wherever you are in your journey. Never lose hope. And I'll see you in my next video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon for the further notifications. And love you all. Bye bye.